You know, usually when I make a video on a game dying, I don't feel emotional attachment to it. Gaming is shit these days, so it's not surprising that most games flop. But Dead Island 2 had a special place in my heart, mostly because of the old games. Dead Island 1 is nostalgic for me, okay? I had great memories playing that shit back on Xbox 360 when I was younger. I played through it so many times, and it is just memorable. So after waiting 9 years of my life for Dead Island 2, I was so disappointed. Initially, I tried to look past the obvious flaws of the game and just enjoy it. And I've made lots of videos talking about why Dead Island 2 isn't as good as it should be. But right now, almost 3.5 months after Dead Island 2 launched, I think I've been able to pinpoint the reason this game went to shit. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. Let's get to 25k subs. Let's get into the video. So you may think it's graphics, you may think it's the story, you may think it's the progression system, or the length of the game. But really, all of those are completely wrong. The main issue with Dead Island 2 was combat. I know what all of you are thinking already, but the combat was so fun. It was the main thing. Oh my god, the flesh system. Oh my god, this was the best part. Hell no, okay? You are tripping. In this video, I'm going to go in depth. I'm talking nitty gritty on why this melee combat fails to be effective in Dead Island 2. Starting out with guided melee mechanics. Dead Island 2 has a lot of fancy animations when you hold down mouse 1. In other words, when you use a power attack. The only problem is when you power up that attack, it locks your character into an animation and locks the camera forward. There's no free will with the camera, it's going to auto line. You may think this is nitpicking, but it's really not, because it applies to every weapon in the game. Heavy attacks feel terrible to use because of this. It's all pre-scripted. Not only can this get you killed by other zombies around you, it just makes the hit feel less satisfying. First Dead Island had nothing even like this. There should be no situation where your camera is moved or altered or changed during play. The bladed weapons feel awful to use. The slashes are unresponsive and zombies don't even stagger. You will stand in front of a zombie, hit them with a fat rapier, slashes through their face. Not only will they tank the attacks and absorb your damage, while you're hitting them, they will attack back, leading to these really awkward parrying moments that don't work. The slashes don't even look like they're hitting the zombie's body. It has no effect on them. It's almost like you're slashing a dummy instead of a real zombie. It's like you're spamming the zombie with attacks, it's spamming you with attacks, instead of a grounded fight with realistic animations like staggering, regaining balance, and countering. None of that exists here. Blunt weapons in Dead Island have very similar issues. They compensate for not having real staggering animations most of the time by kind of putting in this cartoony impact effect that kind of makes it feel like you're breaking bones, that kind of makes it feel like you're doing damage. In fact, the actual weight of a sledgehammer or an axe is just not displayed properly. Dead Island 2, I gave them months to see if they could figure it out, but they still couldn't. The heavy slash and blunt weapons of the game still feel like a wiffle bat. I say it all the time, but it's true. The attacks don't look like they're hitting, and they don't feel like they're doing the amount of damage that they should to the zombie. Not only that, but the ragdoll effects are really off. With these blunt weapons, zombies need to go flying, but these animations just look like zombies are going flying for the sake of having them go flying. There's no realism or physics behind them going in that direction, it's just how the game over-exaggerates impact. Showing that once again, this combat seems to be made with the idea of pure cosmetic, how it looks more than how it feels. Take Dying Light 2, where I'm literally slashing through zombies with one hit, completely taking off somebody's torso with one slash. It is just not the same quality here. Now don't get me wrong, the flesh system is still fantastic. This is one of the only games where I was psychopathically just mutilating zombies in the street for 5 minutes after I killed them because it was that cool. And while it is as cool and advanced as they said, there were no lies. It really only serves its primary purpose when the zombie is dead. During combat, however, the flesh system isn't even that noticeable, and I think that's because the flesh system and the zombies' actual animations to getting hit are not correlated well. They're not on the same timing. You see, the flesh system's design is to make sure that a zombie has impact left on them after you attack. But when the combat isn't giving the impact justice, flesh system seems like kind of just a imaginary cosmetic that's there, and that seriously hurts the system. I was worried about this too, because they were saying how new this system was, how no game has ever really done something like this, and I thought to myself, oh, that's cool, it's new, awesome. But it also means that it's not going to be perfect. Also means it's still in development technically, even though it's out. And even though you may think I'm nitpicking this entire video, Dead Island 2 only had combat going for it. This isn't Dying Light 2 where you can jump on buildings and parachute and do all this other shit that takes focus away from that part of the game. There's no nighttime that's scary, there's no open world. It is only you going up to zombies and fucking punching them. That's all the game has. And the fact that it's not 8 out of 10 quality already means that the game is lacking significantly. And when you're a $60 AAA game asking people to buy it without that much content, you have to make sure that this feature is pristine, man. I'm talking better than any melee combat we've ever seen in almost any game ever. And the fact that they didn't get it right the first time took away everything from the game's release. And even though I finished Dead Island 2, I came back to it to make this video. It is still not there. Now, will they ever get back around to polishing it like they did Dying Light 2? Do I really care? No. The game is dead. Does anybody talk about it? No. Does anybody care about it? No. And it's sad because this is supposed to be a sequel to a legendary franchise. But their failure to polish the most important part of their game led to its absolute downfall. Guys, I want to know what you think of Dead Island 2. Do you think that the combat is the main reason it failed, or do you believe that there are other problems with it? Let me know down below in the comments, guys. And without further ado, I'm Treyllo. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.